Hi guys, it's Chico here, and this is a channel I created to upload my breakdowns of some songs that I think are a great source of knowledge for a young producer aspiring to make good music. So as usual, if you guys think that this is a good content and good video, consider supporting me by sharing around, liking it, and subscribing. Also, don't forget to leave your comments and suggestions and for what we should discuss on the next video, okay? So let's go for today's breakdown. And today we're gonna break down Everything You Do Is a Balloon by Birds of Canada. It was a song self-released before the album Music Has the Right to Children. And although it was self-released, it's a fairly popular song. Most of their fans love it. And there's actually a great video to it. If you guys don't know this, check it out before we continue this. The first thing you should understand about these breakdowns we're gonna make is that we tried to focus a little bit more on the arrangement side of things. Okay, we tried to like create a layout or something that we could maybe later follow. I'm gonna explain this concept a little bit better throughout the song, but what I'm trying to convey is that we're not gonna talk so much about sound design in this opportunity. Okay, maybe if you guys dig this, if someone suggested, because I don't have the time to do this, and the sound design part is really hard. But I try to get the notes accurately, and let's see what we can do. But mainly we're gonna see the structure of the song and how it works and how they managed to do an arrangement. And we could maybe use that on our own productions and maybe get something out of it. Okay, so let's go to this song. First, let's talk about tempo, okay? Our song is something about 90 BPM. In this song happens a thing that is fairly common on Birds of Canada songs, that the tempo keeps shifting, it's like modulating. I'm supposing it's because they use old gear, which means that this gear could have some defects, could be worn out somehow, and this could introduce some unwanted variation to the time of their stuff, to their tempo. And this song actually varies between something like 90 and 92, and it keeps changing, keeps modulating, and that is actually a great effect, because this song, as we're gonna see, it's very repetitive, like a lot of other Birds of Canada songs. It uses the same chords throughout the whole song, and a little change in tempo I think helps to maintain the attention of the listener, and that's a great thing to do. I mean, I can't really say that they did this purposely, but they kept it, and actually happens on other songs from them, like An Eagle in Your Mind, and probably it's their equipment, their gear, but I think even though they probably could afford something that wouldn't change the tempo of the song, and actually reminds me of some stuff we do in classical music, like sometimes we slow the tempo to dramatically achieve something. Okay, things like retardando and other stuff. It's for that. It's like you maybe the song has a tempo, but before a chorus, before something that is important for the song, you make it slower and then you rise the tempo, and that's gonna create some effect. Of course, in this song we don't have the dramatically that so abrupt change. It's very subtle, okay, but it still gives you some movement to the song, and it's great. So we're gonna check that sometimes the beat's ahead, the beat's a little bit slowed, and that's a good thing, because in electronic music, I feel actually, okay, this is not everybody need to do this, but I believe that as much as possible as you can put some human feel to it, that comes from error and things that are not very precise, the more interesting the track becomes, as I find through the years and the breakdowns that I've done before. Okay, so let's start from the beginning. This song has a fairly simple structure, as I said before. We have this intro here that is someone playing a beautiful melody on an electronic piano. Sounds like a Rhodes, I can't really say. It's something based on sine waves and all. Let's check it out first, okay? A lot of noise, of course. I mean, they record their songs in tape, so a lot of tape hiss. This is the melody. We'll start the melody with minor third here. We have this descending. It's very. It's like the way they play. It's so weird. Sometimes like robotic. Doesn't even feel like it's someone playing it. This is the bass. Okay. Very simple bass, just C and C sharp. And the melody plays the most important role here. And it's very melancholic and nostalgic, dreamy. And this noise keeps everything warm. Keeps it, I don't know, gives a sensation of contemplation. I don't know. It's a beautiful melody. And it's not quite an intro, I would say. It's like an interlude because it has its own idea. It's a little bit different from what's gonna come, even though it has some of the elements we're gonna check later. And they do this a lot. They love to do interludes before some songs. Like Music Has the Right to Children opens with an interlude that is wildlife analysis. So I think it's a common thing around then. Among them, they love to do this. It's like an intermission thing, and when you're watching a long film and then it's interrupted by this. So yeah, this is our melody. I can upload the project and you guys can check the notes if you want to. We're gonna talk about the harmony later, but this kind of tells us what it's gonna be most of the time harmony wise. Okay, but this one actually feels like it's on C minor at first. It's tough to tell, but I believe so. This part here is mostly on C minor. And after we got this interlude here that goes for about 1 minute and 30 seconds or something like that, we got this kind of the real intro of the song. It's like it's fairly simple too, but here we got a C major chord, arpeggiated, and underneath it we got a high pass filter sweeping, I'm not sure, and some noise, I guess, and being modulated. Okay. This is another common theme around their songs. They love to do this. It's like a jingle company, as they say, like a logo music for some company that doesn't really exist. Then it makes it creates an image like the song from Netflix when you play some movie or something like that. You recognize this shit as some entity. And then the song really starts. Okay, we're gonna see that this song moves in 8 bars. Okay, so we got actually a 4-bar loop. That is this one here. Okay, this is it. The song mainly repeats those chords. It repeats this throughout the whole song. That is it. You can make a 7-minute song using this. Of course, you need to keep things interesting. Not everything should sound the same. And we're gonna see how they manage to do that. So right off the bat, they start the drum pattern a little bit. They just introduce some of the elements. It's not the full drum, the full kit, let's say like that. But we got what should be the bass. I've mapped some chords here. I am not sure if they are correct. I am sure though that some people have better ear than I do have, and they probably should suggest what the chords are. I feel the bass are those notes here. You should actually be down. All right. And yeah, I see the I hear this bass here. Okay, so let me just turn this on. All right. So it's A and E flat or D sharp, B flat or A sharp, and A again. All right. So we're gonna talk, as I said, about the harmony a little bit later. The chords that I'm supposing they're happening here is this A minor 7. I think it's fairly. I think it is this chord. As I said before, the sound design is not accurate. It's a little bit harsh, but we could do this. Okay, we could do this later. It's just that we needed to focus more on the arrangement and time. You know, we need time, and it's a little bit tough. Later, we're gonna see a pad that adds a G. So I'm pretty sure that the 7 interval it's pretty accurate, and here it's a little bit tough. I'd say it's a C minor. I've tried E flat major, but all of those chords don't really feel major to me. Okay, so when I play minors here, it sounds more accurate for me. Oh, A minor, C minor, and this last one is a bit tricky. I think I even changed it. It should be like this, I guess. And this should be again a C minor, but with the G on the bass, and ending it with again an A minor. And we're gonna see that because it starts and ends with an A minor, this is gonna create something really interesting. That the song sometimes shifts its central tone. I don't know if everybody's familiar with that, but what I mean is that the loop, let's say, or the cycle has a note that feels like the beginning, feels like the home, feels like that's where the loop starts and then goes to another cycle and another cycle. Here, we feel the A. Okay, the A is the beginning, but the end is gonna coincide with the other loop here. All right. So that's gonna blur things a little bit later in the song, and sometimes because this extends, we're gonna feel like actually it's the E flat that's gonna start things. That's gonna be a great effect that they're gonna, I think, purposely use later to try to make a movement for this, because as I said before, it's a fairly simple progression and it repeats throughout the whole song, you know. And the drums, okay, let's go for the kicks first. They start with a simple kick. It's hitting on the 1 and the 3, okay, and I hear this one too. I'm not sure if you guys hear it too. Let's see. You know, it's almost like a delay, like do do. Definitely there, right? The importance is here, but this one is also, you can hear this, and it creates a great movement for the kick. All right. It's a fairly simple kick sound. It's probably a sample. It doesn't look very synthesized. But yeah, that is what it is. And we have this first snare. I am not sure if it's a snare, or if it's a clap, or just the rim shot, something like that. Let's hear it. Hear it? Right? It's like a clap. I think it's a clap. And doesn't repeat until. So yeah, this is the first snare, and along with those things, we have something really interesting. It's a loop. It's a simple loop of sounds like a hi-hat. I'm not really sure, and it does sound like it's doing triplets, like this one plays throughout the whole song. Actually, all of those elements. But this is like the foundation of the beat, the groove, to be more precise. And when he plays together with the first snare, creates a great movement. Like the beat is going somewhere, and that's awesome. So we get this for 8 bars, as I said before. Okay, that is it to start the song, the actual song. So okay, after we finish this first 8 bar cycle here, we get presented to a little drum fill that's gonna happen from time to time during the song, always to introduce a new element, a new instrument, a new section actually. So let's hear it. It's very simple. And this time it's gonna introduce a hi-hat and a snare, a real snare this time. That happens on the 2 and on the 4, creating the boom bap hip hop kind of feel that this drum has, this rhythm has. Let's listen. It also introduces this bass, this sub bass actually, like an 808. Yeah, I'm assuming it does the same notes at the bass before as we discussed earlier. A, E flat, B flat, and A again. I don't know if you guys can hear this. Boom, boom. So yeah, we maintain the kind of clap, kind of a snare from before. We get this hi-hat hitting on every 16 notes. I'm supposing, yeah, that's what it is. And you know, this interacts with this sample loop, and also with this kind of clap that happens here. Okay, after this first 4, after this another 8 bar cycle, we're gonna be presented to a new element again. Let's hear it. And it's gonna be our new pad. You hear it? It's a little bit higher. Just in case you guys didn't hear it first, it's doing G, as I said before, and it's creating a 7th interval with the A on the bass, then an E flat, B flat, and ending with the C, making a minor third, creating a minor third with the bass. We get this again for another 8 bar cycle. We get a little variation here. I don't know if you guys can hear it. This one only enters like after a little bit in this 4 bar here, and the bass kind of holds a little bit more too. There is like 2 notes here, different than here. Like. Do you see the difference? I feel like you guys are listening to it like I am. And it keeps on. The same thing for 8, 6, 8 bars, 16 bars, and another 8 bars, so we make 24 bars, repeating the same thing. Here's a little drum fill again. It's gonna introduce our first melody. Nice. This melody is beautiful. It's so sad. I don't know. Nice. That's nice. All right. So again, the fill, the drum fill introduces a new section. The snare here stops. It should be hitting here, but it doesn't. Let's hear this. Okay, instead of this snare, we hear the drum fill actually happening. I think around like something like this. Yeah, something like that. Yes. And then it returns. The snare returns everything, returns to its original state. We get this 8-bar cycle happening again, and not only we get introduced with this melody, but also with an open hi-hat. Let's hear for that. Yeah, it's awesome. This one is a little bit more syncopated. Happens on the real, the impulse, the pulse of the tempo. Melody is fairly simple again. It's an F, then E flat, and then a D, then coming to a G and B flat and a G again. All right, let's see this. Okay, and then it repeats once again here, but we get a C before the second, the G, the B flat, and the G again. Let's hear. Alright, they're pretty much the same, but this little difference, this minor difference changes a lot of the feeling of the song, I guess. You know, adds always something to your ear for you to grab it. Okay, as I said before, this song moves in 8-bar cycles. Okay, even though it's a 4-bar loop, every time it hits an 8-bar, not every time, but most of the time, it tends to change something or to introduce something new. And again, we get a new element here in this part that's going to be a piano doing a fairly simple chord, but so beautiful. Let's hear for that. Amazing. It's just doing a B flat, E flat, and a B flat, B flat again. And only happens in this bar, in this 4-bar here. The next one, we don't hear it again. Let's see. Should happen here, didn't happen. Alright. Our drum fill again. Nice. And we see a little, again, silence. See? The beat drops for a little bit because we're gonna get another element, another new element. It's another melody actually. This one is a little bit more complex, not really complex, but there's a lot more information here, and it's gonna fulfill a great function in the song that we're gonna discuss in a little bit. Let's hear. See how it works so well with the other melody? So great. Let's see if we hear this chord again happening. You hear? Happens on the first 4, then the second it doesn't happen, then it happens again. Those two melodies are gonna repeat throughout 16 bars. They work really great together. until now. And when our second melody enters, we get to the thing that I said before, that our chord progression kind of keeps shifting. And actually, when this pad enters, the second pad here enters, something happens too here. It starts to make the song feel like it's the E flat or the C minor chord, let's say. That is the beginning, like it's beginning now. As before, it was like this. The beginning, it's on A. Alright, but here, the A is actually the ending still, even if the first A feels like it's just an extension from the last one. And now it starts in the C minor, right? And it feels like it's actually this. This is the loop. I don't know. It's a feeling, okay? I can't really say that. I can't really defend the harmony behind that. But we get, as I was saying about the second melody, when it enters, sorry. All right, it enters here. You know, it makes this ta-da right here, but it's very, very soothing. I mean, it's subtle. You don't really listen to it. It actually starts here. I mean, our perception of it, as if the loop is like this, all right, instead of this. It shifts again. Not that it shifts again, it reaffirms that maybe a C minor is actually a central tone or the first chord of the loop, even though our loop started with the A minor, okay? And it starts. This is our new loop. Alright? It shifts things, and that's amazing. Maybe I'm just tripping, I don't know. This is how I feel, okay, about this progression. And that is really, really good thing to do, because it moves the song. It's like it's modulating in a sense, somehow. And there's also this thing here that serves my argument here, that as I said before, the loop should be this, okay? But it's not. It's actually this now. It starts here now. So much so that that should be the first A, right? The first chord. It's where they chose to end this section, because the beat drops right here. Okay, let's see. Our new beginning. The A minor chord, that should be the ending. All first, now this extension of the ending. They hold it, and they drop it. Like this is the beginning of the new loop. We start now on our C minor chord. You see, this is the most how can I say this? This is the best clue we have that this is really, it's something that they purposely did, or they felt it, they understood it, this effect, that what happened, and this drum fill, because it relocates the loop somehow. Because as I said before, it always introduces something new, some new section, and it happens on the last bar, okay, of the loop. Alright, always happen on the last bar. Here is the best example. On the end of the bar, on the last A minor chord, the fill, and then we start the beat here, okay? But this fill right here, actually happens on what should be the A minor chord that should start the loop. So it really reaffirms that our new loop is now starting on C minor and ending on this A minor that holds for 2 bars. Okay, this is our new loop, and that is amazing. It changes the song, it changes how it feels. All right, this is our new. And so much so that also this first snare should be actually here, right? But as I think it was just on one track, looped over and over, it still obeys the other rhythm. So it happens here, as in the beginning. Maybe it's just a point of view thing. I don't know. You guys comment and tell me what you think. But I feel like that happens. This shift happens. Nice. Let's talk a little bit about this drop here, because I was focusing on the shift of the central tone, as we can, maybe you could say that. Okay, so this happens, this shift happens, and they do something fairly simple. They drop the beat, maintaining only the sample loop, and yeah, pretty much that is what it is. And actually introducing something here that I actually didn't see that it happened here, but it does. Yeah, this little fragment, this little melody, it's just a spicy thing. It happens here again. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Then the beat comes on again, and then we have a new synth. Let me put it without, if you guys can hear it. Listen. The melody comes again. Our open hi-hat happens again. The other melody coming. Alright, we got a little drop here again. And this drop also reaffirms that our loop changed. That the first chord is now, as I said before, a C minor, or I don't know, some people see as an E flat major too. Beautiful drop. Our little piano chord happens here. A lot of elements happening at the same time, but we're getting towards the end of the song. This is the last element we hear. This last synth. Let's hear. Our chord. The beat is the same. The open hi-hat turns a little bit distorted towards the end. Everything's fading out. I believe the sample loop is the last to die. Yeah. Yeah, and we still have this A holding. It does, and we get this little sample, man. Like just an outro. I didn't really check this out, but it's Some fans argue this is sampled from a song called Timeless by John Abercrombie. I don't know how to fucking say his name, I'm so sorry. But yeah. They love doing those things, man. They sample just little snippets and little fragments to put throughout their songs, in the beginning, in the middle of it. This song actually doesn't have much of a voice sample. I didn't really demonstrate pretty much the beat shift, so let's check it a little bit here. You see, it's increasing here. It was really tough to get this, and of course it's not precise. It's a little bit ahead, sometimes a little bit behind, other times. If I didn't put this, let's hear what would happen. It's 90 here at 0.85. Let's see what would happen if I didn't do anything. Let's just make this even. That's gonna be a tough one. Let's put it 80, 90.80. Okay. Let's see what will happen. Can you hear it, Dragon? It's really, really subtle. I mean, but it's there, and when you're breaking everything down, you can get a little bit annoyed by that, because it's tough to control it. You gotta be changing all around, and you know. But it's just this minor difference. It's really not that big deal, but it adds up, you know. So yeah, there you go. Everything You Do Is a Balloon. Simple song, but the thing that caught my attention was this shift in motion of the chords, and I'm not really sure the tonality of this song, but I found out that some people arguing that it was in ALOCRIAN. Which is like A minor, but the third and the I think the ninth, no, the third and the second, the second and the third, they are flattened. So E turns E flat and B turns B flat. That's what it is. So this song is supposedly to be on ALOCRIAN with some mode that I'm not really familiar with, and maybe that's why I don't really get it so much. My feeling from the beginning, from this first interval of the song, was that this song was in C minor. This is the feeling I got from the song, but I am not sure about how the harmony should be on this one, and I would love if you guys throw some of your thoughts around this. Mainly the notes we get throughout the song are C. In the beginning we got some C sharps, but they don't really happen after some in the actual song. The intro we have the C sharp, but here we don't have it in these sections here. Mostly we got C, F, E flat, G, and some G sharp and some G sharp sometimes. I'm not sure, maybe not here. Yeah, I'm not sure about the G sharp. No, maybe there isn't. Yeah, maybe I'm just full of shit with the G sharp. But we got C, D, yes, I think we could say we got some D, E flat, and we got F, G, A, and B flat. Yeah, that's it, which is actually the ALOCRIAN, as we've spoken earlier. But I don't know if you guys agree or disagree with me. Leave it in the comments and suggestions, and maybe some other songs you would like me to break down. I'm gonna upload this file, this Ableton project, if you guys want to check it out, and tell me if you want to see a sound design version of this one. I've only put down the notes. I didn't really concern myself with the design of things, of how they should sound. But this one particularly should not be that hard, although the sound design part of Boards of Canada is really, really important and hard to replicate because they tend to depend on old gear that actually are not even available sometimes. Okay, but yeah, that is it for today. So thank you a lot for watching.